Hey everyone, Steve here with Web Life Marketing, and in this video we're going to be covering List Building 101 and how to build an email list really fast. So the first thing we're going to talk about is autoresponders, how they work, how they benefit you, how to basically set them up and get them going to get a better return on your investment if you do happen to go the paid route. But basically maximizing your email list to its full potential. We're also going to go over squeeze pages. I actually have a squeeze page that I'm going to be giving you, and we'll talk more about that later in this video. And the irresistible offer, one of the most important parts of the squeeze page in building your list. You need to have an irresistible offer that forces your viewers, makes them want to opt into your list. So we're going to be covering all of that in this video today. But first, we are going to check out the manual. You will get the manual in a link below in the description, as well as the link to our Web Life Marketing website where the written transcript of this video is in. So that'll be in the description. If you want to go ahead and go there, you can. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's check out the actual manual because that's what we're going to be covering from here on out. But before I go ahead and bring us to the manual, I want you to keep in mind, you need to put yourself in a different mindset. You need to get yourself in an internet marketing mindset. So I want you to pay attention to the title, where it's positioned. How does it make you feel when you first look at the title? Any descriptions, how it's written. So all these I want you to pay attention to because you're going to want to basically use those techniques when you create your list, when you create your squeeze page, your irresistible offer. It is all part of creating good copy that gets your list to skyrocket. So let's go ahead and check out the manual. So here we are. Look at the title. Look at the book. How does it make you feel? Put yourself in that internet marketing mindset. 7-figure list building. And that is quite a topic that's very, very powerful. 7 figures. That's like $1 million list building. Can it be achieved? You know, it raises all kinds of different questions. So these are the type of things you want to think about when you create your sales page, your squeeze page, and it's all part of good copywriting. So let's go ahead, just to get you in that mindset, just to keep you aware of, other things. So when you look at other things on the internet, ask yourself those questions. If you see an ad or something of that sort that really pulls you in, save that, take a screenshot of that and use that later when you build your sales page or squeeze page. Good copy, it's a huge part of internet marketing, but that's a tip that I just wanted to share with you guys. So let's go ahead and dive into this. I'm going to be covering about half of the manual right here. And let's go ahead and scroll down. So congratulations, yeah. So that's all part of the copy. You will get your own squeeze page when you get this manual. So in this manual, we're going to be going over the introduction, what list building is all about. So this is more for beginners, and this gives you just a brief overview of what the process is of list building. Then we get into the tools that you're going to be needing. These are non-affiliate links, so don't worry about that. Not that you really should, because if you usually you want to help out people that have helped you. That's just part of internet marketing and helping other internet marketers out. So the tools that you need, we go into autoresponders. Some are GetResponse, Aweber. There are free autoresponders like MailChimp out there, but keep in mind that MailChimp does require that you have ads when you do send your mail. And that's mandatory unless you use the paid version. Personally, I use Aweber. We found at Web Life Marketing that to be the easiest and most consistent of the ones we have tried. I heard GetResponse is good as well. There is another solution that you can pay one time. Aweber, GetResponse, all these autoresponders are monthly services. As we scroll down here, you will see a link for Inspire Email Marketer. I do have Inspire. It is a hefty price. Last time I thought it was like $500. It's getting up there now. But Inspire is hosted on your server, and so you can send emails out anytime you want. It was just a one-time expense. But the thing with Inspire is if you put this on like your HostGator account or your shared hosting account, you will have a limit to how many emails you could send out per hour. So if you have a list that's 13,000 large and you want to send an email out to all of them, it will have to send it out in 500 email increments. And that can sometimes flag a response with the hosting company, and they might freeze your account. So in order to bypass that, more than likely you'll have to buy a VPS server, which averages anywhere from $45 to $70 a month. So it's kind of a trade-off. You know, if you're going to spend that kind of money, if you have a lot of websites, the VPS might be good for you. If not, I usually recommend just going with Aweber or GetResponse. The squeeze page, we're going to cover the squeeze page, how the opt-in process works, call of action, some major points that you need to cover with your squeeze page. Also the incentive. The incentive is, you know, well, why am I going to opt into your list? What are you going to do to inspire your traffic to put in their name, put in their email? What are they going to get in return? So we're going to be covering that also as well. Some suggestions, we'll go, you know, free reports, ebooks, tutorials. You have to be kind of creative when you're coming up with these ideas. So when you have your list and when you have your squeeze page and you're trying to think real hard, well, what can I do to basically get my niche really interested so that I can capture their information. And these are just some ideas to use, but you know, you want to put your own twist on how you're going to market it. You need to find, you know, how are they hurting? What is it that drives them to come to your website? What are they looking for? If you can provide that, it would be a very good way to promote your squeeze page and get them to opt in. So let's go ahead and scroll down. If you're not very familiar with creating web pages and landing pages, that's fine. We are going to provide one like I showed you at the very top, you know, a free squeeze page, but that's tailored to this specific product right here. That is free. But you can also go to places like Elance, Guru.com, Scriptlance. There's also Odesk. You can hire someone to create a landing page for you. They'll set everything up top to bottom. So that's some other resources that you can use. Domain and hosting accounts. Namecheap is actually pretty cool. They give you a whois guard, so people can't see, you know, who owns the domain, because a lot of people have been, you know, scraping data from the whois registry, and so you get spam mail sometimes. So Namecheap is pretty cool that they will give you 1 year free of whois guard, and their domains are actually pretty cheap. I want to show you something real quick, because we're talking about domains. When you're searching for a domain, let's just go to Google. Let's go to google.com and just type in domain. Look what comes up. All of a sudden, for GoDaddy, you got a steep discount, because domains are about $12 now or so. Now you have a pretty hefty discount, $3 for a .com. Namecheap sometimes gets up here, but for GoDaddy, this is a really cool trick that I thought I'd share with you guys on how to get a domain for $3. All right, and then we cover a little bit more in the domain and hosting accounts. HostGator works just fine. I put a link in there for you in case you need that. And so we also dive back into creating a high converting squeeze page. So that's some of the more of the psychological factors of creating the squeeze page, so that the copy will influence your audience to want to put in their name. And so we go over that in a lot more detail. We also cover traffic methods, basically areas on the internet that are high traffic areas that you can either, you know, post an article or make a video, things of that sort, to gain more traffic, point them to your landing page, and to build your list. So there's a lot more that's to this book that will benefit you in the search to build your list to, you know, whatever your goal is. We also go, you know, step by step how to promote the page, and then also some mistakes that a lot of internet marketers fail to see when creating their landing pages. I really recommend you just check out this book. It's 100% free. If you have any questions, hop on weblifemarketing.com and shoot us a message or leave us a comment, and we'll get back to you, you know, pretty quick. That's it for this video. Again, thank you for watching. The book and the website are below in the description, so if you can, go ahead and check that out. And if you will, please rate, comment, and like this video. Really appreciate it. Alrighty, this is Steve with Web Life Marketing, and I will see you in the next video.